they watching, I'ma make them sweat. Put your money down, place your bets. Degenerate, yeah, I'm a sicko. Who else gon' get you to the window? I know they watching, I'ma make them sweat. Put your money down, place your bets.
Welcome back to another episode of Graybo's Giblets. This is the College Football Lock Show, Week 7, baby. Woo! We're out here dropping giblets. I'm your host, Graybo, joined by always Denny One Time and our best producer we've ever laid our eyes on, Ryan Fitz. Got us ready to go today.
Always on time.
Always on time. All right, fellas, how we doing? Let's recap Week 6. Let's get into it. How did we do last week? And then what are we excited about this week, Denny? What we got, man? What we got? How'd you do last week? Looks like you did pretty well.
Last week was a decent week for me. 8-5 overall, 5-2 in my big bets. We'll take it. Profitable week. Week before was the worst week of the season for me. So nice little bounce back. Couple of games I'm looking forward to watching this weekend. Obviously, Washington, Oregon is going to be freaking awesome. USC Notre Dame should be fun as well. Not as many games I'm interested in betting this weekend. So I'll probably last week. Had 7 what I call big bets. This week I'm only going to have 2, but that's the way it goes sometimes. One thing I would like to note is we're trying to figure out who the best team in the country is. Had a flashback, Ray. Do you remember in our big NCAA pool after game 2, the first weekend, Pitino lost to UConn, and Pitino in the press conference basically said, "Look, this is the best team in the country. You just wait and see."
Yeah.
Because of that, we based we based our bets in that pool, that big pool we're in around UConn winning. They did. Well, the same thing happened this weekend with PJ Fleck after the Michigan game. He basically said, "Look, guys, this is the best team in the country, best team I've seen in 11 years." Now, do I trust PJ Fleck as much as Pitino? Maybe not, but it got my attention. So I did put a little future on Michigan to win it all because, as we said last week, are not as excited about Georgia. So I just wanted to make that comment.
I like it. Well, Georgia responded. Thanks, Georgia.
Yeah.
The 1 week I didn't bet you. You responded in a big way, 51 points. They hit the over just by themselves, I think. But, yeah, I saw PJ Fleck's comments about Michigan, and people say they haven't played anybody yet, and he's like, just wait. Yeah, just wait. Yeah, big game. Oregon and Washington, huge game. We'll definitely be watching that. Very excited about that. I will have some action in that game. I like one side a lot, actually. I had a good betting week after losing a lot the week before. Yeah, definitely in the green this week. Locks have been on fire. 5-1 with our big bets. Fitz, I think, is also 5-1. So this has been a we don't want to say Denny's record yet. But Miami, Ohio's a wagon, Denny.
Hey, man, they have not let me down.
A wagon.
Thus far.
And then I know I got to talk a little bit about Miami. Oh, my gosh. Losing to Georgia Tech, 21.5-point favorite, and not kneeing the ball. Fitz, you got anything to add about that? I know you were texting guys. Are you watching this game? I didn't see it, and I know you saw it. Yeah. What was your reaction?
It was just the funniest thing I've ever seen. I mean, the commentator was even saying, Hasselbeck, right? It was just like, What are they doing? Why don't they just kneel this thing out?
Yeah, you're good. You should not be handing this football off. Right. I don't know what Miami is doing.
I think he was also clearly down on the fumble.
Right, but the rest were like, you're stupid.
Yeah.
We're going to give
deserved.
Georgia Tech the ball. And, Georgia Tech gets the ball on their side, and they had to go the full length of the field. And how much time? I mean, it was like 30 seconds left.
2 busted plays.
2 busted plays, and it was unbelievable.
Yeah,
the only thing that
defensive coach is going over to Cristobal and saying, "What are we doing? Kneel it." And he just ignored him.
Yeah,
it's like watching Chernobyl. You saw Chernobyl.
I did.
And all the Russian leaders were just ignoring everybody. Telling them what to do.
Yeah,
he's correct.
Yeah,
Chernobyl in a football game.
Yeah, but I will say,
great comparison.
Great comparison. Jeez,
you watched that series on HBO.
Yeah, it's a great series.
The premise of the show was leadership's not listening to the people that know what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
The only thing that would have been funnier was that touchdown. For whatever reason, that Georgia Tech player decided to slide into the end zone, and he almost gave himself up.
Would have been. Oh my gosh, would have been epic. But Miami coach did fess up. He was like, pretty much, I'm an idiot. So we'll see how that leads into UNC, a big game. But Yeah, a lot of people are not talking about USC Notre Dame. Notre Dame might have the toughest schedule I've ever seen.
Yeah, like, aren't you tired for Notre Dame?
Gosh.
Like, I've been tired for Colorado, right?
Yeah.
And now I just feel like Notre Dame has to be tired. LSU probably as well, but
Yeah.
Notre Dame, every week it's like, oh my God.
They're playing.
They love them this week too. It's crazy.
They love Notre Dame?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't, but.
I don't either. I will stay away from that game. But we'll see if any of you guys take it.
What about Texas, Oklahoma? That was fun.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
That was I guess because y'all bet Texas. But that was an awesome game. Oklahoma's really good as well.
That was an awesome game. If I wasn't heavily invested in Texas, I would have
Right.
really
It was-
enjoyed it. It broke my heart. Broke my heart.
I know it was you, Fredo. You broke my heart. You broke my heart.
Watching the end of that game, watching Texas give up that last touchdown. But I still think Texas has a path to the playoff with one loss. So it made there tons of value on Texas now to win it all. So,
I hope so because I have them in my playoffs and you
Yeah.
do too. So
What did you get Michigan at?
like around three
Yeah.
or 3.5. I think it was 3.
I like it. I like it. Who has Washington at 50-1?
They got a tough one this week though.
This guy. And I'm not taking them.
Are you going to talk about Washington this week?
Am I going to talk about Washington this
In
week?
your bets or
Yeah, I am.
Okay, all right, then I'll let you do it.
I am, and I'm taking the other side.
They're okay if they can still. I think they're like
Yeah.
they can still get there with one.
Yeah, because
The
they got
Pac-12 is actually good.
Pac-12's loaded.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. All right, so let's get to the board. Year to date, Denny is 6-7. Colorado State stinks. -2.5. You had them. That was a loss against Utah State after going up 17-0 in like the first 2 minutes. I had them too. I was like, this bet is a lock, and then they gave up like 35 unanswered. Arizona State covers +4, barely, but they get it done. So 1-1 for the week, 6-7 on the year. What 2 games we going with?
I first would like to say that Fitz's hair looks good today.
Always.
It looks
Thank you.
it looks majestic actually.
Always. Sue
Second,
B would be proud.
Sue would be proud. Second, I'd like to give you my 2 picks because that's what this section is about. So first, let's go with Georgia State, -1 against Marshall. Georgia State is a team I've been riding for a good chunk of this year, and I do think it's going to be a competitive game, but I do like Georgia State to get it done. And then I really like Ohio, -5.5 versus Northern Illinois. I'm really into mid-majors from the state of Ohio, just really into them. Ohio is one of my favorite G5 teams. So those are my 2 picks.
I like Ohio as well. And then I was trying to go look at the line this morning, and it's not showing
Yeah,
anything.
FanDuel's 5.5. DraftKings has it shut down for
Shut
some
down,
reason. Usually
so,
it means there's
yeah.
a lot of action. Probably
Yeah.
because the second I typed into the spreadsheet, Billy Walters and others took note. And
This
Denny-
is shared with them, right?
Denny's all Ohio. I mean, they have a good quarterback. They're a good G5 team for sure. Georgia State I like a lot too. Denny, good job, Denny. Let's get 2 wins.
let's do it.
2 wins this week. Fitz, another rough week on the board, but your locks and underdogs have been good. This is where we need to pick up.
Yeah.
4-9 on the year is under 47.5 in the Kentucky Georgia game. Georgia hit that with 51 points.
Whoops.
Not close, 64 point total. So that was an L. Texas -5 was an L, unfortunately.
That being said, look, just because they lost doesn't mean it wasn't the right side of the bet.
Right.
They played 10 times. I bet them 10 times and I win 6 or 7. I think.
Okay. Denny's hurt with Texas. Denny's hurt. All right. Hey, I didn't think it was a bad bet. It just that one hurts.
Miscues there.
So who we taking this week? I see one team that I'm on with you.
Also, I know what you're doing, Denny.
What
With
am I doing?
the hair compliment.
What am I doing?
You've been encouraging me to get a video component to this podcast, so you're gassing me up.
Imagine if the world could see that.
I know.
That
I see
head.
what you're doing.
Yeah.
We got a same pick here. UNC -3.5 against Miami. They claim that they're over it and moving forward. There's no way you're over that.
Imagine what that locker room was like after that game. Both
Mhm.
players screaming at each other, screaming at the coaching staff. Mario, what do you do as a head coach?
Short week.
And UNC's better. So
Drake May.
And I'm going to go. This is kind of like a hate pick because I'm very mad at Mizzou from last week.
Dude, let's talk about that too. I had
Yeah.
them as well.
Yeah. That was
The
heartbreaking.
interception. Oh, they were covering the whole game.
All game to the last play. So
Me and you both had them. I was texting you too about that.
give me Kentucky -2.5 at home.
Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, I forgot about that game too. There was a lot of good games last week. Hard betting week this week for me. I'm kind of like Denny, kind of going to lay back a little bit this week, but I'm 6-6 on the year. Colorado State was a stinker. I took an L on that. NC State covered by a hook, -6.5. Not because of their defense. I thought their defense would actually be the ones to help them in this game, but their offense with the new quarterback, 38 points, 38-31, were able to escape Marshall and get me the win there. I'm with Fitz with UNC -3.5. I would love it if it went. We could get it at 3. But at home, Drake May. They scored 41 points last week and stomped Syracuse, so they're rolling. And I just think Miami's in shambles right now. I don't know how they bounce back from that. So we're going UNC with Fitz. And then FSU kind of let Tech back in the game. This is a blowout spot. This is kind of like Georgia last week. FSU's in the top 4. This is the coming out party. They're right there. -17.5, I just think, is not a lot against a bad Syracuse team. I think this is a blowout game. Blowout game at home. Noon. And at noon, it's all the top 4 teams. It's like Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State, FSU, Bama. They're all like 30-point favorites.
Mm-hmm.
And then FSU 17.5. So we'll see what happens there.
I hope Just lets me watch the 3:30 Oregon-Washington game.
I think what you should do is you should do your duties at noon. Go for a walk.
Yeah, do all the family stuff.
Yeah, do all the family stuff. 3:30 is where the action's at.
Back in the day, I could play in the weekend around the Tech game. Just knew, okay, we have to be in front of a TV for the Tech game, but Oregon, Washington, I don't think she cares.
Yeah.
For work.
For work.
This is prospecting Bo Nix and Michael Penix.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's get to the upset of the week. We went 3-0 last week, so there's some good news for our super dog picks.
That was a good week.
Nebraska +3.5 wins outright for Denny.
Man, easy.
Wyoming +6 wins outright for Fitz. I had some of them as well. Good win against Fresno State. And for me, Arizona State covered. They didn't win. So I didn't get a lot of points like you guys did. You guys are rolling. I'm in third with 13 points. Duke's in second, 36 points. Fitz, 43.5. So Fitz is in the lead. So that means I'll start it because I'm in third. So I'm going to take Oregon as my super dog. Not really, if you look at this game, they're not really like a super dog. Definitely can win outright. That's why I like it because I need to get some points. You get 5 points for a cover. I think they can win outright. So I can get 5 points for that. I really like Bo Nix in this offense. They're clicking. I know it's at Washington, but I think Oregon is going to win it in the red zone. I think both teams will have a lot of shots. Oregon has one of the best red zone defenses in the country. Fun fact.
Giblet.
Fun fact. So they make it hard for teams to score touchdowns. And I think Oregon is going to score touchdowns, and Washington's going to have to keep up. But I just am excited about this game.
Yeah,
I have a lot invested in Washington too. So
yeah, I'm rooting for Washington. I'm with you. I see Oregon winning by a field goal.
How about you, Denny? Who's your dog?
My dog, I'm going to take New Mexico. They're getting 7.5 from San Jose State, and New Mexico does know the way to San Jose.
The game that everyone's watching.
Gosh, you just love these games that no one's watching. Me and Fitz are just top 25. But that where the money is these type of games.
I do think, I do. I've always said I think the lines are just aren't quite as sharp. There's ways to get value. And so I like getting a little over a touchdown. I can see New Mexico losing by a touchdown. I can see them sneaking it out, getting a win. So let's go.
I like it. All right, Fitz, top dog, 43.5 points. Get us another outright dog winner here.
I'm going to go Michigan State.
Ooh.
+5, led by Mark D'Antonio now. I know what Duke's going to say. Nobody walks into Piscataway on homecoming and knocks off Rutgers, but I disagree.
Nobody.
So I'll take the 5.
I like that. They finally got a good coach back. All right. Cover 3 picks. Here we go. We kind of talked about how hot we were in this, and not the greatest week for all of us here. Denny 1-2 with Texas, got you -10.5. Notre Dame -19. Wyoming, though, kept you kind of in it at +10.5 for a -19 week. but you are still plus 112.5, and in the lead. So who are you taking this week? Let's just get right into it.
Yeah, last week I'd say I'm fine with the Texas pick. I'd make it again. Notre
Yeah.
Dame. I said it. I know last week I said I know the reasons why I shouldn't do this, and I should have listened to myself. It was a really bad spot for Notre Dame, but God bless my Wyoming, my boys from Laramie. All right, this week I like Auburn getting 11.5 from LSU. I think they're going to keep it close. I think LSU's got to be tired, kind of a letdown spot for them. Missouri, I'm taking. I know you guys, you're on Kentucky, but I'm on Missouri here. Hoping they're a little angry from last week's game, and I do think it's a better matchup for Missouri than it is Kentucky. I like Kentucky, like from the season. I have a season-long future on Kentucky win total, but I just like Missouri in this spot. And then I've been riding Carolina. I'm going to keep riding them. I'm betting on Miami, not using this as a rallying cry, but as a hey, like everyone's kind of infighting, little down on head coach spot, and I think I might bet this anyway. So even if it wasn't for that Miami gaff last week, so give me the Tar Heels again, 3.5.
Let's go. Lock it up. Tar Heels, all three of us. Miami's going to win. All right, Fitz is 1-2 week. Missouri, man, that was tough. Got you negative 3.5, and I thought they were going to win. Wazoo, your Wazoo team, minus 4.5, losing to UCLA, but Wyoming kept you in it, plus 10.5, so a plus 2.5 week. So positive points gets you to plus 74. But you did win the big cover 5.
Yeah, that was cool.
You had a great week. So you're back in it. I think you're in third place, and it was terrible.
I'm middle of the pack in that, and I'm angry. I'm coming for y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Just giving y'all a heads up. I'm coming for you.
Yeah, I've had a 2-week setback in that. But sticking to this, top 25, you're in third. Need some points here.
Yep.
Who are you going with?
I'll tail the UNC pick, minus 3.5. I'll also take Oregon State, minus 3.5 at home in Corvallis under the lights against my Bruins.
Against UCLA again.
I know. And then this one's
sneaky,
saucy. Pittsburgh plus 7.5 at home.
You saw something against the Hokies that you liked in the package.
That's why I'm not touching Florida State this weekend, because they're beat up after a tough physical game of winning by 25 or whatever it was.
Tech made it look good though.
Tech.
Remember the first 5 minutes of that game, Florida State was like 22-0, and Fitz was like, I made a huge mistake. Yep. And then they came back. I was like,
I think that was a good showing for the Hokies.
Yeah, I do too.
So yeah, Pitt plus 7.5 against Louisville.
Love it. I went 1-1-1. It's like a soccer record there. Georgia Tech, huge, plus 24. Thank you, Miami. Missouri, minus 3.5. And Ohio State got back to 0. Don't know how. Got back to 0. They were losing at one point, and it looked bad. But got back to 0 to give me plus 20.5 on the week to get me to 109.5. I'm right there, Denny. Knocking on the door. So this week, I'm all in with UNC as well, minus 3.5. Like I said, I am tailing Oregon, so I get them at plus 3. Also, don't think the Oregon-Washington game is going to be a blowout, so that's kind of my, keep it close type game, because I have a risky pick here with Indiana plus 33.5 against maybe the best team in the nation, Michigan. That is a lot of points. And Michigan, when you see them start to blow teams out in the first half, they kind of sit on the ball, take their starters out.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Indiana can cover that.
Yeah, Harbaugh's trying to keep it a secret.
I think he is.
Yeah.
I think he is. But PJ knows.
PJ, let everyone in.
PJ knows. All right, here we go. Big bets of the week. Let's lock it up. Lock of the week. We ride in segment. 3-0 last week, boys.
Let's go.
Let's stay hot. If there's one bet we want to get right, it's this one. And I'm happy that everyone got their bet right. Made us a lot of money. Duke, Miami, Ohio, minus 9.5 against Bowling Green. Never a doubt. You're 2-4 on the year. Guess both wins are Miami, Ohio.
How about that?
Fitz is 5-1. Hit the over 45.5 Bama A&M game. 46 points.
Never a doubt.
Never a doubt.
Thank you, Jimbo, for that field goal.
Yes. And then 5-1 for me. Bama money line. Never a doubt. Wins by 6.
That one was
so. Oh yeah, but guess what? A win is a win, baby. 3-0 for the boys. Let's keep it going. Duke, you staying with Miami, Ohio? Or you going?
I'm staying in the state of Ohio.
Woo!
I'm going to take the Bobcats -5.5 versus Northern Illinois. You know, my bets, my system, my range between half a unit up to 3 units. I am locked and loaded. 3 units on the Bobcats.
3 million. 3 million
We're
on
locked
the
and loaded,
Bobcats. 3 units. All right. Well, I got to go get Ohio as soon as this is over. Because that's probably moved because DraftKings is still not showing anything.
They've been listening. They're
They've
listening.
been listening.
I've been saying.
Fitz loves to play the over-under game, so let's play it.
Let's do UNC Miami over 56.5.
I like that. I think Miami does put up points.
Yeah, and UNC always puts up points,
Yep.
so I like
You got extra value because Miami won't kneel the ball.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Something will happen.
Something will happen. And then my son's name is Bo. Got a Bo Nix playing this weekend. High power offense. Oregon +3. Lock it up, baby. I love that number, too. It should be more to a pick 'em. I just think watching at home, I think Oregon gets it done. Let's lock it up.
It's going to be fun to watch because road Bo Nix has typically been bad against the spread.
Right.
But, he's trending. Like, he was worse at Auburn. Now he's at Oregon. He's been trending better.
His cards are trending.
Yeah. Yeah. No, Bo Nix sells.
Bo
Bo
Nix.
Nix
That name
sells.
sells.
Yeah, it does.
Bo Burnett.
Ray Bo Nix.
What if Bo Burnett is the next Bo Nix? Would y'all come to a game?
He's more likely to be a third baseman for the Rockies.
Oh, man. All right. Well, that's going to do it for today. Good luck with your bets. Thanks for listening and riding with Graybos. And be sure to tune in next time and leave us a 5-star review. We out.
Go Bobcats. Giblets.
Closed eyes when I go to sleep. I don't see sheep, see dollar signs. Underdog got him beat the eyes for the 100th time at a money line. Brock Purdy was irrelevant. Now I'm at the front like a cutting line. G5 to the power 5. Grade was on fire like it's summertime. I know they watching. I'ma make them sweat. Put your money down. Place your bets. Degenerate, yeah, I'm a sicko. Who else gonna get you to the window? I know they watching, I'ma make them sweat. Put your money down, place your bets. Degenerate, yeah, I'm a sicko. Who else gonna get you to the window?